Hello, everybody. Welcome to Echoes in the Wind. Go ahead, Kim.
Hey, I'm Kimmy. Make sure to like, share, and follow us here on Echoes in the Wind. Make sure to check us out on YouTube and TikTok.
Okay, we have a special show for you tonight, and we have some very special ladies that I wanted to bring on. Um, very gifted, smart women, and we can bring them on now, one by one.
Who we got? Who we got? Bring them
Let's
up. Bring
go.
them up.
Here's Nancy.
Hi,
Hi there.
Nancy.
Hi.
We can go one by one, then they can introduce themselves.
Okay.
Hello, it's me, Anne Marie.
Hey, I almost rhymed. That's pretty cool. Hello, lady.
Hi,
Yay.
Hi.
Kimberly Horn. And
Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming on Echoes in the Wind.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming
You're welcome. So, let's start with Nancy.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that.
on.
Hey, Brian.
If you
Nancy, hot mess.
if you can
haunted.
just tell us a little bit about yourself and um just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you knew about your gifts and stuff like that.
If there are any.
Oh,
I'm
come
Nancy
on.
in
Don't go there.
Minnesotan. It's undetermined yet as to what. I mean, I've been told that there are some. I the part of me that goes, seriously, is this really real? It's like cropping up all the time when you see stuff and you go, oh, stop. It's kind of freaky, but yeah, I have stuff in my house too, so that's kind of what brought us together in the first place. So
Mhm.
yeah, if I can expound on it some other time, but you guys go ahead.
Oh, we're coming
I
back
don't
to
even
you. Okay.
know.
Kimberly, can you please
Hmm.
tell us about yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Kimberly Horn. I was born with abilities. Started seeing things when I was about 5 years old. Scared the crap out of me. Um, Went through life pretty much trying to hide that fact and trying just to fit in places. But I had kind of trauma when I got to about 15, and I'm a suicide survivor, two-time suicide
Oh.
survivor. And the first time was when I was a teen, and I had an out-of-body experience. And when I was in that coma and I had stepped out of my body, when I came back a week later, it just went, whoo, made everything get even crazier. So on top of being a mental,
Mm.
my abilities got really like amplified because of that experience that I did. So I
Mm-hmm.
went there
Wow.
to try to keep them tucked back in because I wanted people thinking I was crazy, and joined the army and just tried to like not let people know. And it took me, I dabbled with it when in private since I was 20 with pendulums, tarot, things like that. I always was attracted and I always wanted to know, but I didn't have a mentor. I didn't understand what mentorship was. So I'd go to astrologists, I'd go to all the palm readers, anything I could get my hands on, I'd go talk to them all the time because you're drawn to people like you, whether you like to, want to or not.
Hold your way.
And so
Yep.
then I had really poor marriages, and up until this recent one, which I met my husband Scott, I decided to put it all out there on the table and said, you know what? For me to be me and my authentic self, you have to know this about me. Up to
Yeah.
that point, only my family members knew that about me. I didn't share it. Maybe with my friends, some of my friends might have known things, but I even kept it from close family. It was just my mom, my brothers, because I just didn't want to be made fun of. And so
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff I could experience. And so then, like I said, I met Scott. He was a non-believer, but he was so open to the fact that I wanted a way to show him. So we became a paranormal team. And he got to going, I can't just go off of what you're saying. I need something tangible. So he started getting into the equipment side. Then his mind works like a technical side. He just says, you know what, this equipment's really expensive. I think I can make it to where we can use it. So my husband and I started making equipment. He just started making equipment in 2016. And then
Wow.
did it on, sold it on eBay. Hi, Angel. Speaking of a mentor. I had went from doing my psychic stuff by myself to paranormal hunting, where I could actually get in touch with with actually going in and finally facing fears, going into things like that. That we started that back in 2013. 2016, we started making equipment, and the rest is history. Last year, we LLC'd. We have hornparanormal.com out there as our store. And so we specialize in the SLS and the XLS, and we have RIM pods and some merchandising. But over the years of going to all these places, I think I finally made my husband a believer. So that's who I am.
That's cool.
I've had a couple mentors. My first mentor.
Hello?
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard. I was with, I would say she mentored me for about 6 years. And I had found her early in the stages of my paranormal hunting. And since then, I've progressed, because you do want to learn things with other people. When you are working with other people, it is good to have a plethora of people you can lean on. And I met this wonderful lady who's been really helping me. And I'll tell you what, Angel, she was on tonight. She has really made me jump forward like no other. And some of these events that I've gone through, I've met other mediums that are amazing, who are willing to help people who have abilities. Nancy, I mean, seriously, when you find good people and a good group, they share they just share. They do.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
Yes, they do.
And
I'll tell you,
he's one of
I've
them.
never had a mentor.
Me
Never.
Yeah.
Well, I do know I had to learn on my own. And I'll tell you, I wish, especially at my age, I've had my ability since I was like 5, 6.
Yeah.
Me too.
And then, like, my mom would push him away. Oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just that. You know, and it was,
Shh, don't tell
she
anyone.
always said,
Right.
well, she would always say, you know, she would make an excuse like, oh, it's just imagination, this, that, the other. Now, today, she's finally been talking to me about it. She's 89 years old. So I said, Mom, why couldn't you please talk to me about this back in my 20s, 30s, even a child, a little bit. So I knew I wasn't going crazy. And she said, because she didn't want me to see what she saw. And I said, Mom, I'm gifted. My kids are gifted. My grandkids are gifted. You cannot stop the inevitable. You can't.
Right.
So I just wish I had a mentor. Like, they just want so much money.
Not just that. You have to be very careful of mentors, because a lot of them have their own thing in their own agenda that everybody has their own purpose. Everybody has their own unique individualism and authenticity. And authenticity is higher than love when it comes on a vibrational chart. And when you get with authentic people, it makes you feel a certain way, and you want to be just like them, but you'll never be like them. You're not supposed to be. So when you're looking for mentors, like I have met many people over the years, and many people have tried to mentor me, but they made me feel awkward and uncomfortable because I feel everything. I can feel what they are trying to get before they know it, before I even know it. I know where the bottom line is because that's how I am. I am an empath. I feel everybody and everything. And when I'm in a group, my guides, the universe, whatever you want to call it, they are my mentor. They're the ones that are whispering in my ear, and everybody has them. We all have our own spirit guides, spirit angels, whatever you want to call them. And those are your mentors. Be very careful
Yeah.
of other people that say that their way is the only way and follow me.
Right.
Pay me.
That's true.
People
Yeah.
like me, I never charge. I never charge anybody.
Exactly.
I am
Like
a,
Angela or Angel, unfortunately, the stigma related to it kept so many silent.
exactly.
That's
This is a whole
so true.
time. We're in a whole different time than it was when we were all growing up and getting young. Now, like our children, they're watching the things that we're doing, and they're seeing
Yeah.
that it's okay now. So they're
Yeah.
more open up. Your
Mhm.
kids will be more open up.
See, I never kept my gifts from my kids. They always knew.
I
But
scared
because I never had a mentor, I can't mentor my kids. I can only teach them what little I know.
But you know what? If my mom tried to mentor me, I wouldn't
have listened.
have
Yeah.
It's
listened.
different.
Exactly. It would
Right,
turn
Yeah.
right.
me into my mother, and it would be hard for me. And maybe come back now as I'm an adult, I would appreciate her for trying, but I wouldn't have listened anyway.
It's true. It's true. My oldest says the
True.
same to this day. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt. You can finish.
Well, that's just it. I think
Oh,
Ann is
okay.
right. I do. I think she's right because that's what I struggled with too. A lot of people wanted me to go and pay them for their stuff, and what ended up being my mentors was people that were my friends and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
had ability and people that you come along and meet, just like us talking. In a way, we're mentoring each other right now. We're learning from each other, and that's what should be universal. And it should be, you know what I mean? It should
Nobody
be
is better than the other in anything. They've all just got
exactly.
different
Yeah.
lessons to
Hi,
learn,
Johnny.
to see.
Let me
And
interrupt. Go ahead.
I'm just agreeing with Kim. Me and Kim met a year ago, and
Yes.
right off the bat, I
I
just
loved
knew
her.
she's my soul sister. I just
Oh,
there
yeah. I
going through.
really
I have
connected with
gone
Kim
through.
myself.
Aw.
Mhm.
And I've only talked to Kim a couple of times. And we really connected. I felt we did anyway. I don't know about her, but I
Yeah.
felt we connected.
Yeah.
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 Exactly, Angel. That's
It's the
exactly what
kind
I'm
of feeling
saying.
when you just
A mentor should not tell you how to do something. They should take
right.
the time to get to know you. So tailor the
Yeah.
learning. And you are. My new glasses are coming tomorrow, by the way. I can't wait. It's a much higher prescription, but when you see these glasses, they are gonna wow you. I got some real fashionable glasses. So
Amen, Richard.
when everybody sees them, you're gonna be like, whoa,
Hi, Liz.
they're not regular glasses. They are like New York, California style, kind of like they're me glasses. They're me. They
Somebody's
got the cat
excited about the
eye.
glasses.
They got the cat eye. Nancy helped me pick them out. They got the cat eye, but they're really thick.
Sassy.
I can't wait. And they got really thick frames.
That
Yeah,
Rich
so they
Reynolds,
won't break.
he had
Huh?
made. There was a post up that you just comment that was up by Richard Reynolds. I've known him for years.
Oh, yeah.
He does some really excellent poetry. Yeah, there. I mentored.
Oh, what did he say? A mentor through. What did he put? A mentor
writing?
through my writing. Share my stories and lessons. There is no way. There is your
No
way and my way. It works best when we learn from each other. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
So, Anne
But
Marie, what's your background? If you
yeah,
don't mind me
do
asking.
you? Yep, Anne Marie, you're next. Thanks
I
for
was
social media. 5 years,
I
there
was born
wasn't a place for
a baby
people
out of
with
5.
your abilities to meet and talk. That's true, Johnny.
Okay, repeat that, Ann. You busted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
All right.
sorry, honey.
I'm the baby out of 5, and before
Wow.
me and my sister, there was a miscarriage, a boy, and I'm definitely a rainbow child. I was while my mother was pregnant for me, she had to spend pretty much the whole time in bed in order to even have me. And even when I was born, I can remember like my youngest memory is of me going with my brother Donald, being carried in a wagon. He was looking for his cat. That I knew the cat was with us. The cat had passed away. He was looking for the cat. And I can remember trying to talk to my brother and telling him, he's right here. Don't you see him? And it was like a little while after we found the cat. I also had issues in my room of the mirrors and the closets and things coming to visit me. So I used to force my older brothers and sisters to stay in the room with me till I went to bed. And they used to drive me crazy, telling me I was crazy. But as soon as they left the room, I'd have people all around and they'd all, no, you're lying. I used to make them,
Yep.
stay in the room and stay with me because I was afraid. But then I started learning. I was doing things that I didn't even know I was doing, like making a star and putting it in a circle. And I had it like I'd lay in the bed and I'd just keep making a star with a circle. And I always made me feel protected, but I never understood what it was until like my mom was like, what are you doing? You're like, who taught you that? I'm like, it's just something that feel good. I never realized until I was a teenager that was a sign of witchcraft. They didn't say anything
Oh.
to tell me just to be quiet. And also,
Mm.
my grandfather.
So it's not a. So
I
you're
knew-
not a. Sorry, and so you're not a generational witch, but you probably reincarnated as one.
And you
I-
grew up near Salem?
My father's side, my grandmother used to whisper things to me all the time, like, look at the Christmas tree, look at the bulbs, you'll find the fae. There were just little things that she would just, talk about old wives' tale, old herbs and stuff.
Mhm.
Nobody went to the store on either side of my family. My father's side or my mother's side, they made their own clothes, they farmed, everybody was always, it was never the store. It was everything. My father and my father's parents had a seafood restaurant that my father and his father and all the brothers all went fishing all the time. That was their job. My father joked about the hurricane of 34, how his father tied him and his brothers up to the bridge so they could fish during the hurricane, catch all the fish.
So they wouldn't blow away.
Stories. Tied them all
Wow.
down with chains and ropes to the bridge.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was in high school that I met this woman that we kind of just clicked. Because like I said, I was the baby. And all my brothers and sisters were 13, 12, 11, and 6 years older than I was. I was oh my God, another one. So I raised myself. But I always had guides. And it wasn't until maybe 10 years ago that I really didn't. Dragons. I used to see dragons all the time. And in my mind's eye, I used to ride with dragons. I always had dragons all around me from when I was very little. When I was 3, I went for a walk all on my own. We used to go camping all the kid, and I decided to go for a walk on my own because I knew the way around. Well, my parents, yeah, it ended up being a big mess because nobody knew where I was. They were getting ready to drain the lake looking for me, and I come out of the woods like, hi. Everybody was at the lake looking for me, and I come up campsite, and that was the first time I ever got spanked, and it was by my uncle, and I can still remember it because I had never gotten spanked. I was spoiled rotten. I was for years, But yeah,
Right.
my uncle came out and spanked my butt because how dare, and then for the rest of the year I was tied to a dog. My uncle's dog, me and my uncle's dog, we were at our
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
of the summer. I've never been afraid. And even then, I know I had dragons with me. I used to see
So
all the time.
Angel commented down here, but I don't know how to pronounce it for you. Anne, did you see that? I don't know what the Tutha Denon, I don't even know how to say that. But she picked that off your energy.
I've
Did
never
she make a error or
No, she spelled
Emery
it.
if
Yeah,
Emery
she spelled it
if
right. She's saying
both
that
are
there's
not
energy
familiar
connected.
with the Tota Denana?
I'm always on
Denana?
paths. The
All right, wait a
universe is
minute.
always sending
If
me
you're
on
not familiar with the
It's a supernatural
Tuatha
race, much idolized humans who are
the
immune to
name,
aging and
you should
sickness.
research them. I think they might be something you connect to. You
Kimmy,
should.
what is
Irish.
question.
What is it,
It's
Kim?
It's an Irish.
It's described as supernatural race, much like idolized humans, who are immune from aging and sickness, and it's from the Irish mythology.
Okay. So it's a superhuman race. Is that what you had read first?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's not correct, she said.
No, it is correct. It's correct.
Oh, no, it's correct. I'm sorry. Like I told you, glasses.
You're doing great.
No, it's correct. No, it's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Denon is a way to break.
Some believe them to be an original fae.
That makes a lot of
Wow.
sense.
I have fae around
Yeah.
me and in different houses. I moved into a house because the tree told me. It was loaded with fae. It's just how I am. My family just kind of goes along with me. I just follow different paths. There are different things that have happened to me. I've almost died more times, 3 times. And I've always.
This is why Angel's one of my mentors, because she's never met Anne Marie. I'm just going to say that. And I know Anne Marie is close to the fae and all that stuff. I've known that from day one. She sees stuff like that, right? And Angel picked that up on
that's what she picked up, and all that. What that means up there, she's saying some believe them to be original fae. So, yeah.
Cool. I'll have to look into
What are you picking up on me? What are you picking up on me, Angel? I'd love to know.
You got punished for hanging out with the fae one day, right?
Not all fae are nice, and it's all about respect.
Yeah, some are nice, some are not nice, and it's all about attentions and respect. Actually, intentions and respect is about everything. We got to echo.
Not into it for the right reasons, the fae will destroy your life.
Yep.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. So what's all included in phase?
I'm just at that stage where I'm just able to start seeing them because I wasn't at a good enough vibration yet to quite see them. And it is super exciting when you hit that point because it's amazing, but I don't get to see them all the time because it's so new to me. And so, but I know that they're there now because I've actually got to have that little bit of experience. So, but for some people like Anne, that's what her specialty is. Like Angel, they see them. That was always one of the things that they could do. So see, that shows you how different everybody's gifts can be, you know?
Right.
Yep. We could have all the same gifts. I mean, we could all be psychic mediums, but yet all different.
It all depends on what you're comfortable with and what you can understand and learn and follow. because
And allow.
you can't just get to the top of the stairs without taking all the little steps. And if you try to get
Yep.
to the top of the stairs without taking all them little steps, you will fall flat on your face and fall farther than it was when you started. But if you just relax and let things come to you and go with the flow, the synchronicities just line up.
No
Which
shortcuts,
brings me
no
something.
cheating.
I have to share with you, Donna. We were on the call the other day, me and Donna, and she was teaching me some healing techniques, right? Doing the ball, the energy ball. And I sent energy to her. The next day, Donna, guess what? I was sick. And so I went to Angel. We were talking about it, trying to troubleshoot why. I was sending you my energy instead of letting it channel through me straight to you because I didn't learn the right proper technique. I was thinking about that. I was so excited about the baby steps, but I missed a few things, and some of that I should have known better, but I wasn't thinking about it. I was so excited about what you were showing me as an example, how we were practicing off each other.
Yeah, I told you.
When I went really hard and you felt it, that was my energy instead of trying. So I was sick the next day because I did that. I sent you my energy.
I told you, calm down, like relax, make the energy, say where you wanted to go, what you wanted to do, who's to go to, but just relax how you doing it. And then when you send it, you got to be very relaxed, and then just send it. And that's it. You got to be very relaxed. Maybe you sent it too hard. I don't know.
I didn't.
That's how.
It makes you sick? Is it like?
I didn't channel it through myself. In other words, I should have called it from higher power and not used my own energy. And I should have been the conductor.
Oh.
And I did
it. Yeah.
I didn't do that. What I did was I sent her my personal energy.
Yes.
So I got sick because I replenished myself a little bit.
So
because I always call
universe and putting it all and
because I always call
and then
my higher power.
I
do it the native way.
Not me. It's
I do it
and then it goes.
I do it the native way. I don't do it the regular. I do it the native way. So I call my higher power, Mother Earth, Archangel Michael, all the angels and saints behind him, all my guides, my great grand, because she's a healer. But sometimes, she'll laugh at me and step back. No, you got this. But I'll try once in a while. I mean, I don't need her. But sometimes I will. But most of the time, I don't call her in. But just my guides, my guardians, my ancestors. And that's my fault. I didn't tell you to do that.
That's okay. I mean, because we were kind of jumping around. But that in itself was a lesson for me. I mean, I'm fine. I'm here right now. It's a lesson. That's how we learn, right?
Right.
So
that's one thing. That's the only thing I didn't tell you what to. I always call all of them before I do it, and I didn't tell you to call all yours and then do it.
Oops.
Yeah.
Nancy, you had a question?
Sorry.
Trying to get in?
Oh, yeah.
I sent you an invite to one of my groups, and maybe you can forward it to any others that are interested in knowing more about it. What is it about?
That he's what that Kelly woman was talking about. He is into that. He knows
about the phase.
I'm trying to find it.
The group, the
Angel K was mentioning some type of
the name of the Fae race.
Right.
Okay, the name of the phase. Okay.
He has a group that he knows about that.
And make sure to close your sessions so you do not remain connected. No, I always do. Yeah.
So what's your question?
And I cleanse myself.
Except for when we got off the phone, I didn't close out either.
Yeah, you have to close out and cleanse.
Yep. But the cleansing part.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And no, that's me.
That's the truth,
Because I was taking it as just a call your girlfriend up on the phone kind of conversation, right? And I
Yeah,
wasn't
because
thinking,
I did tell you.
which I should have been paying attention. Seriously,
Yeah,
I
because
know better.
I'm pretty sure I told you how when I'm done, I always like Palo Santo, and I
Yeah.
cleanse myself and clear all energy, only leave mine. Clear all energy, only leave mine. To cleanse myself, because you don't want to take on all that energy. You have to close out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always do that. And nobody taught me that. How I
See, I
knew?
always make sure I'm over full before I give out. I got to make sure that you can't,
Yeah.
I
your
just did
cup
Kimmy
gotta be
before we
over,
came on.
or I'll sip, and then I'll only go a little bit, and then I got to stop and build
Now
myself
I
back
just
up.
thought of that.
I'm sick. You can really get sick if you just give and give and give. And
Yeah,
you don't
but I've been healing for like 6 years. So,
Okay.
and now I just did Kimmy before we came on, and we were rushing, trying to my makeup and everything else, and I didn't cleanse.
Oh. But
So
okay.
I'm doing it right now. It's okay, no biggie.
There you go. Nancy, what were you asking earlier? What were you
Oh,
trying to ask?
I was asking, like, when you get sick, what kind of sickness is it? Is it like, so it's from a depletion of energy, right? Like, say you get
Yeah.
If you
motion
don't
sickness
do it
from too
right,
much motion, you give up too much energy, you get sick. Is
Yeah.
it just feeling like nauseous, or is it?
Yeah. So here's an example. Let's say you're out on a subway and you're around where a bunch of people who are just really like psychic vampires, and where you out being an empath. Anne knows this really well. They take your energy without you really knowing it. So if you don't go in protected all the time, knowing this with like in a bubble, when people first are coming into their energy, like when you know that, like, you see stuff, but what you don't
Yeah.
realize is it's like you have a beacon light, a subconscious light for people to see, and they automatically are drawn to you. And instead of giving you back that positive energy, you leave a place tired. That's an example, right? The way it affected me after our session, I actually, it's all your immune system things start to kind of go, bleh. I had sinus, I had a headache, I was tired, I wanted to sleep. It's just those icky things that people just kind of ignore and go about their time. That is an energy drain. And you can stop that by doing,
cord
stuff.
cutting too.
Yep. And
The
protecting.
energy that you come in at the end of the day, I'm flipping you off. You're out of me.
Yeah. It can come from so many different directions, but it also, the positive is there's a lot of love energy coming in there too. So it's all about balance. So you after you get used to it, you'll start feeling these energy signatures and be able to immediately go, oh, wait a minute, I got to put up a little push out because I'm going to be tired being around you for more than 5 minutes because I feel you draining me. You know what I mean? So in a situation where I gave out my energy and I didn't do it there, then that made me tired because it's like going on a bender, kind is what it feels like.
But at the same time, that's if you have healing in you. Not everybody can heal. If you have healing in you, you can do this. But not everybody has healing abilities. You can't just go around thinking you can heal somebody.
We had that
because not everybody. Not everybody. I mean, Kimberly can say this because she's been a psychic medium longer than me, but I mean, in her abilities longer than me, but not everybody can just go around and I could teach you like I taught her, but her take the other steps along with it and be okay. You have to have the ability of a healer to be able to heal people. I've been healing people for about 7 years. And I did Kimmy. Kimmy had such a bad migraine before we came on here, and she's been dealing with this for like a couple of weeks.
Oh, sorry,
and
Kimmy.
It's
It
okay.
knocked. It's gone. I said, let me do it. She said, no, 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 no. I said, yeah. So she kept saying, I'll just take a Excedrin. I said, no. And I did it. She don't have a headache no more. It's gone.
Do you ever get the headache? Like when you go to heal somebody, do you end up sometimes it ricochet back to you? Do you ever?
Oh, never.
I've been around
Nope.
people and they're sick and I didn't know that they were sick and I started feeling like how they were sick. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, who is sick? Like, why
Okay.
am I feeling
Yeah.
this? Because once I recognize it's somebody else's, it disappears. But I have to recognize whose it is.
Exactly.
It's on to me.
Yeah. Like if we're on here and I say, okay, like I do a lot with Kimmy and other people, and I'll say, okay, somebody's back's hurting really bad on the right side, or somebody, what I'm feeling
Coming
is that
in.
somebody on here right now, their right leg is hurting.
Richard.
Somebody on here right now, their right leg is hurting, like around their knee. It's like little cramps around their right knee. It's almost like a restless leg, or I don't know what you call this. I feel it in my right leg. Anyway, I do pick it up. Once you pick it up and you validate it, it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't validate it, then it's yours.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Or it's somebody in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we're on
So
panel right now. So it could be somebody in the comments. If not on panel, it could be somebody in the comments as well.
Do it, Nancy.
Are there people who are like unintentional energy vampires? Like you have those friends that just drain you all the time. They just are like they're draining on your psyche.
Yep,
No disrespect, Nancy. Hold on.
Yeah.
Linda Judd, my Carl is feeling his right knee like what you're saying. Thank you, Linda. Validation. It'll go away. Yep.
Hey, Nancy.
I have.
Now it'll go away.
Lots of friends who are vampire, like that. And they're good people. They don't realize they do it, but that's just where they are on their, I guess their growth and stuff. I mean, they may not even have ability. Everybody has abilities, but they might not be on that path where they even believe in that stuff, right? But they can still drain from you. And then you see them at a higher level and you're like, I just got to go home. And they're still going.
Put that last one of Linda.
Yeah.
What, Kim?
Go ahead. Keep talking. Put that last one of Linda up.
So what happens is when you feel that happening coming on you, I mean, it's as simple as saying a prayer and intent. You just say, put yourself in that bubble, or just say, you cannot take from me. You can't take my energy, and just kind of fill your space up around you, because you're realizing where it's coming from. And as soon as you can identify where it's coming from, you can actually, it's like a cord, you can clip it. And so that'll keep you from getting as tired.
Yeah.
And drained.
Say it again. I missed that, hon. I'm sorry.
Over energy vampires. It doesn't mean you have to stop being friends with your friends. A lot of your friends may not even know that they do it. And so the way that when you come into that space where it just drains you and makes you tired really quick, is one of the first things I needed to learn, being so empathic too, is because you do feel so many emotions. And when you first learn, that was one of my first abilities. Your emotions get heightened, and they're not yours necessarily, right? You might just feel moody or want to start crying. I mean, a teenage girl, oh my goodness. And then you start thinking, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I can't figure out why I feel like it's this. Well, it may not be you at all. It's the person or the energy you just walk through. And once you start to realize that, a lot of mental health things I see with people, I realize because I've been through it, aren't, they're really super sensitive people that don't realize that energy is not theirs, and they're trying to make sense of it. So what I had learned from a long time ago is you have to go, you have to ground. No matter what you do, you have to find your grounding. You have to find my grounding for me is different from maybe you or you, but mine's the outdoors. Mine's getting outside. Some are putting their feet in the sand, some are putting in the grass, and you ground. Mine's nature. I think that's what we all have in common.
Kimmy
Really.
told me to
See,
go
I
hug a
live.
tree.
I wish. I wish. I
Tired.
live. I wish I could do that. I really do. But I'm in the city. We're all concrete.
So
I mean,
somebody
I don't
went
have a tree or grass.
so what brings you joy in your heart? What brings you the happiness when you're around it? Is it a picture of your
Music.
Okay, there you go. There's your
Love
grounding.
music.
That is how you ground. You put your
I've
headphones
been
on.
using salt,
Yep. So, yep. See, so those things, or a shower, or
sea
a bath.
salt.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep, those are all
ground.
grounding.
Kimmy a bath.
Yep. Deep breaths, go in your meditation. Just kind of all you're doing is letting the energy flow through you, and you're picturing kind of attaching yourself to the universe in a way. You're going out there
The
and you're just
core of the earth.
Yes. And so what happens once you get in that kind of frame of mind, because what you're doing is you're pulling yourself away from the tangible things. You're worrying about your finances, you're worrying about your kids getting off to school. What you're doing is cutting those thoughts out of your head because you're focusing on something that is calming to you. And once you
Out
get
of the
there,
Right.
yeah.
Get out
And
of
once
the past. Don't worry about the future. Be in the right now. Do something right now that
Yeah.
keeps you in the right now for as long as you can be in the right now and you're meditating.
Yep.
Nancy.
Yes. Yes, Angel, I do. I am like
Would I?
super
Would I?
fond of
See,
Do what
I have
Nancy.
flooded my neighbor's
PTSD.
yard 5 times.
Do what
Yeah.
Nancy.
I've said I've flooded my neighbor's yard 5 times with my pool like falling apart. Because
Yeah,
I
but
have to
she's
have my
saying, do
pool.
you have a natural connection
Oh
with
yeah.
water? Yeah.
I have been swimming
Yep.
since I was 3 years old. Yeah.
Me
In
too.
swim
Baby.
teams and
Scorpio,
yeah.
here, water.
So with
And I
you,
have a lot of fire
Water.
too.
That's my element.
so
Yeah,
with
no,
What
and
I
I'm
was
a
gonna
huge fan of fire too.
what I was
with
gonna
that,
ask is, what about PTSD?
Don't we all have it? We're all Generation X, aren't we? We all have PTSD.
No.
yeah, yeah.
No.
I actually
No.
had severe PTSD, which affects my dreams. It did a lot, and that's where the second suicide attempt came in, because I wasn't falling back on my grounding techniques, and the nightmares and the lack of sleep is what got me to that point. And so I had to do more things than the average person to get me back to ground zero again. But I'm there. And I knowing this is well, that's cool. It just gives me
So makes sense.
that level
What
of
if you can't sleep? I have a hard time sleeping. It's like
you know
up,
what
down,
when
up,
I'm
down,
having
up, down.
So I'm up a lot. Even though I never had children, I have that instinct of every little noise. Oh, I got to go up and check on it. Something's up. Like, oh, my cats, are they okay? I mean, it don't matter. It's that motherly instinct. So I don't
Not
sleep very
even
well.
noise, honey. Not
Yeah.
even noise. I just keep waking up for no reason.
So how I go through stages like that, and I end up having to go to a point where I use YouTube. When you use music, I'll go and I'll put on hypnosis or sounds or different things to get me back to sleep again. And I might have to
Yeah.
do this for a week straight to get me back into my rhythms. But that's what I have to do. And it does eventually work, whether it's the
Yeah.
hypnosis or whatever, I do that. And like I said, and since you're in the city, and the music and the water, those are the things you might have to do more of during that time just to get your rhythms back in. And yeah, and Nancy, the reason why Angel's asking all the questions, that's your grounding devices too. The water. She's telling, with your strong connection to water, that's what I would do to get you in that place. And then, like I said, when you're around people that give you that wear you out, just there's so many ways to
Mhm.
visualize. It's whatever you want to visualize.
Yeah,
To
dolphin energy, girl.
yeah,
I'm nicknaming you
can-
Flipper.
Oh,
I see
no.
what you
can-
can. You
That's
also
funny.
have to be careful about stones and certain rocks and stuff that are in your space when you are
Oh,
trying to sleep.
that's a
If
good
you're
point.
certain,
Yeah.
like I'm having a brain cramp because I didn't take a nap today. But there are stones that you do not want in your bedroom. They will
That's
keep
true.
you up.
Wow.
What
I
did
totally
you
get
say?
that. You're right.
I'll make sure
Anthony?
to
I
follow
think
Casey's
you would
break timers.
benefit from placing your energy. I think you would benefit from placing your excess energy into
Into
crystal
a
before
crystal.
bed.
Yeah.
Who's she saying that to?
I think you, Donna.
You?
to help you sleep. I think she is on that
Yeah.
subject.
So what crystal would I do that with? Like I
Just
sleep with this under my pillow.
selenite. That's your selenite.
Yeah.
I would go to your actual clear crystal.
Amethyst
I mean,
is usually a good one to sleep
obsidian
with.
is around. but
Amethyst,
anything.
I do sleep with an amethyst too.
But I was just right when I just said that I got a chill because
She said quartz.
we're all
Quartz.
of different things. That some things work well for one person that does not work very well from
Yeah.
others.
Oh, look at that.
Right.
You have to be very careful of where your frequency is and what you're putting around you because it'll fight
Yeah.
you. So, like I keep all my rocks and crystals away from where
Is this bad to keep around me?
What is that? Labradorite? What
That
is that?
labradorite?
Yeah,
That's labradorite? I love
Mhm.
that.
I keep this with me.
I am so comforted
Not
by
in my
a
pocket,
stone of labradorite that it's
I have
so
it on my table.
zen
Is
for
that
me.
bad to keep in front of me because
I don't
I'm
know enough
so
about crystals.
open?
I just know certain ones that I use and studied, so I don't know the plethora of crystals. So I'm the wrong person to ask
Yeah,
about.
Maybe
I
angel?
research. My memory is not as what it used to be, so I always
Grab my phone.
have
I
to
know
check
So
stuff.
you're gonna get
labradorite
60.
is supposed to help you with your gifts. I know that.
So what you're doing, Nancy needs some.
Laramar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What's Laramar?
So
It is a water. It's for. Let me see if I still have one.
So yeah. So what's happening with you, Donna, is and just it did hit on it thinking about that because I didn't think about if you are having trouble sleeping. She's picking up on probably why you are. You can't Labrador. So what you've got 2 stones you just showed us to help you with your abilities, but you got them near you. So that's like keeping you amped up at night. That means you're gonna have active dreaming and you're not gonna get a good night's sleep
Labradorite.
because you're
Yeah.
calling in those energies. And so
Yeah.
you have to turn it off the television set, so to
Yes,
speak.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
Wait.
That is
that
pretty.
like maybe not this guy?
It's got moonstone, the labradorite, but then it has the Larimar stone. Well, however you pronounce it.
What color's the Larimar?
It's like a
Oh,
Lab-
see it then.
Labradorite helps with
Oh, okay.
intuition.
It's not like
So not
no,
good
I
to
don't even
sleep
know what
with
this is.
if you
That
have
looks like
sleeping
that almost
issues.
looks like a moonstone. What is
Okay.
that? I can't tell.
So this is right near me when I sleep, and she said it's not
I don't
good,
know what that is.
but it is good for my intuition.
Yes, but not while you're sleeping if you want a good night's sleep.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Be
And
careful
I
what you
crashed
keep
like
around
the second
you.
I hit the pillow.
I know people
completely.
that have had troubles with like hematite.
Yeah.
Hematite. I wear hematite.
Yeah, see, that's another one. That's a vibrational thing.
Yeah. That's like a walking magnet on you. Donna.
Electric.
Yeah, but my dad
stuff.
in spirit, people might not believe it, but
Larimar.
like I'm Native American. My dad's Native American. All Native American. He literally took this out of my shell. I got a big giant oyster shell with my what crystals I do have. He literally, I got up to do something. I came back, and this was sitting right where I sit on the couch.
Wow. That's cool.
And I said, Dad, how did this get here? Like, it didn't fall out the tray. There's no way. How did this get here? And I have not been in my crystals. Like I don't have a lot of
What was the
crystals,
gift?
but I got, like a little hand, couple of, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And so he took the hematite because I didn't have obsidian at the time and put like a native protection all over
Okay.
it and told me to wear it all the time. And that's why I wear it.
Okay.
And then I have tiger's eye with it.
Okay.
Then I have a purple quartz in one pocket. And then I got a rainbow obsidian in the other pocket. And then right here for the show, I got obsidian. I forgot what this one's called. It's another black one. But
Okay.
I got those in front of me. And then my selenite.
They're
I
all
mean,
good stones.
I got other stones, but I don't remember what they are because when I got hacked and my Facebook went down and my podcast went down, I had all pictures of my stones, what stones I do have, and the properties. Lost everything. So what stones I do have, like they're only like this size. I don't know what they are.
On my Rising of the Phoenix.
Anybody know what that is?
I have a lot of stones.
A smiling circle? I don't know what it is. It's black with little flecks in it, and I can't.
Black
sure it's not dark
flecks.
blue? Are you sure it's
Yeah,
not
Is it dark blue?
Yeah.
Is it midnight
It's,
blue with flecks?
Possibly. Let's see. No?
If it's dark blue with flecks, I got one just like it, and I don't know what it is.
What is it? Yeah, I got it from Melanie. I have to ask Melanie because I don't. It's got little flecks of gold and silver and stuff in it.
Yeah, if it's navy blue, I got a little one.
Like the way it shined.
It's a little square one.
It's shining.
It's only like this big. I got one.
Happy people.
I don't remember what it is. No, it's navy blue.
Guys, I'm texting.
Everybody keeps telling me, what's the name of that? Kimmy, do you remember? Shungite. Everybody keeps telling me I need to get shungite, and I can't find it.
Is Melanie?
I need shungite.
Kind of gold stone, Nancy.
I don't know if it's because my native side. I don't know, but they said,
yeah,
because of my abilities and everything else, and I keep heightening, and I'm supposedly going to be heightening again. Thanks. Like, really? Give me a break already? But I need shungite.
I have a magnet.
Shungite.
Is shungite?
And what's the other one?
The gold stuff.
It's got gold or something, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Nancy, I think that's a type of gold stone too, even though it's brown, if it's got flecks in it. I just don't know what kind of gold stone. Like I said, I'm not familiar with crystals.
And then what's the other one with Native American?
Melanie, so Melanie would know. Because I bought them from her.
Oh.
I got a
but I still like with the labradorite.
Turquoise. That's the other Native American one. Turquoise. I need a turquoise and a shungite.
I don't know. Labradorite it's got to be one of the coolest
I just
stones.
need
even people who aren't into that just fall in love with it because it's like so. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, EMF exposure.
I don't. I'm afraid to buy over the internet because I got a bracelet way back over the internet, and that thing, everything peeled off it, and it was plastic underneath it.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that's scary. Hold on, I'm gonna click my light on.
Shungite is from Russia. Oh wow, Angel! I didn't know that.
I had to turn my lamp on.
Turn the lamp on, baby. Turn the lamp on. So how easy is it to cut cord? Like, is it cord cutting easy? Like, if you feel like there is something, like, is it easy to
There's
cut
steps
on your own, or do
involved.
you have to have somebody do it for you?
Linda, I'm supposed to get it for my native side, so I don't know.
There's steps with cord cutting too. You could do that wrong and really cause some more emotional
Yeah,
damage. And so that's
Angela,
all
this
kind
is
of a
my
step.
obsidian.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Kim, I didn't hear you.
Sorry,
the,
Angela
with
was asking me.
with
I
cord
mean, Angel.
cutting, it's really about intent. And when you go in and you do the processes of it, you got to be really careful on your wording on what exactly you're cutting, because if you cut something, let's say, I'm trying to think of an example here. So let's say you come back from the grocery store and you feel like you were in this like energy in there where everybody's coughing and stuff like that, and you want to snip it. Well, if you just say, I got to, if you just start mentally picturing yourself snipping around your body, those cords could be one to your family member. That one could be going over here.
Right.
You didn't specify what you're cutting, and you
Oh,
could be causing damage. So when you do it, and it's all that process again, saying when you're going in and you're doing
oh,
your
wow.
intent, bringing in the energy properly, just like the healing or anything else, you got to specify exactly what you're cutting and why you're cutting it. And you have to be honest in your heart why it's getting cut too. Because let's say it's somebody that, like a bad relationship, abusive ex-spouse, right? And you just can't get past all the emotional trauma from it, and you want to cut that. You need to, that's your shadow work, right? So when you go in there and you start cutting those cords, you got to prepare yourself ready, because when you cut those cords, more than likely that other person's going to feel it. And it's almost like a shotgun effect. They're either going to start bad mouthing you, they're going to start doing all this stuff, and it's going to come back and hurt, because they're going to do anything to reattach, even if it's an ugly way. So you have to know what you're getting into before you cut that cord. Make sure your protections are up. Make sure your mind's right to be able to handle.
Be grateful
Yes.
for the lesson when that's
Yes.
part of you.
Yep. You
I do
have
it in
to.
my mind's eye, and it's always a lesson. It's always gratitude that of
Yeah,
for this
My
lesson.
husband
People are
nailed it.
I would
talking smack
love,
about you. You're doing a good job, or because all of
I
a
would
sudden,
love to cut the cord, because that's my PTSD, is my ex, but he's from North Carolina.
Oh, I love
And
black.
you know those people, they're into, I know his family, they're into that stuff. So
Yeah.
I just rather leave it alone. I'm sick of living with it. I want him erased.
That's part of
I don't want the nightmares.
That's part of your
Huh?
cord cutting, though, is
It's
that
a
you're
part
able
of
to
forgiveness.
erase it.
You got to
Yeah.
not forgive the person for what they did, but for you for not knowing anything.
I personally,
Thing
I had to for my gifts. I did forgive him, but I will never forget.
It's not about forgetting, and it's not even really about
That's right.
forgiving. It's about understanding the lesson.
Yeah,
Separation.
exactly. So here's an example, and Angel's right. It may take you several times to cut a cord, but I was married to a very abusive man. Okay, super abusive too. Caused
Yep.
me all kinds of emotional trauma and physical trauma. Okay, it's been I don't know how many years, and I've moved on, and I've found my soulmate basically because I was able to work through that trauma. I was able to get into a healthy relationship with my husband now. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't worked through those processes. I would have still been stuck, right? So, and it would, because I had a lesson to learn. But what has happened because of those cord cuttings and working on that shadow work or whatever and facing it, if I saw him on the street, I could go up and give him a hug. You know why?
Oh,
Because I'm no
hell no.
longer, I'm not alone. He's not my problem
not
anymore. He's just
attached.
like another guy. That's a
Nah.
forgiveness, an higher level of love.
I don't know what I would do.
It works though.
I honestly could say I don't know what I would do to
You have
him if
to
I
see
saw him
that
on the
person
street.
for who they are, not who you want them to be or
They
who you
don't have
expect them
power.
to be.
They won't have
I've been
power.
alone over 25 years. That's how I can't trust anymore.
And
Well,
Maria
And
was
people
just
say,
explaining that to
"Oh,
my
why
granddaughter.
are you alone?"
Mhm.
you know
I'm
what,
alone
though,
because I want to be alone.
Donna, and that's okay. That's where you are at, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And um, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. That doesn't. It just means that's where you're comfortable with, and that's what you're. It's and that's fine. It's not saying that you have to go out and do that. You know, because I'm not a firm believer in saying, oh, you need to go make amends either, because that's
No.
not where you're at.
Mm-mm.
And I get that.
Never, never.
I just used
Not
my
what he
ex-husband
did.
as an example because I actually can now. Does that mean I think he's a prick? Pardon my friend. Oh, sorry.
Now you can say whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can
But he
say,
is.
Ass
He
hat.
is. He doesn't have emotional ties on me anymore because it's like I was never married to him. Somehow I've been able to, and that
No more
doesn't.
see,
red in your
I
brain.
really need to cut.
Space of sadness or negativity. That's theirs. That's not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you have to do it with the cutting cords, right?
Yeah. It's the part of your shadow work. It is because you have to look at
Yeah,
all
I need
aspects
to
of
do
yourself
that.
and accept the responsibility that you played in that. Like my
Right.
responsibility that I played at that time, I would go drinking with him. You know, I was in that situation. You know, you have to look at yourself too when you're doing that, truthfully,
Take
and be honest.
Asking yourself
responsibility.
if you're culpable or not as
Yeah,
part of a
exactly.
co-conspirator, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
he
That makes. I mean, it
he
takes two
he didn't
to
twist
keep that plan.
until he got
Right.
me out of state. No family, no nothing. And then it was only 3 months we were in Maryland. And you guys know the military. You know the military. And he was looking at a court martial for what he did to me.
Mm.
And they weren't letting me back. I was not to leave. He was looking at 20 years in Quantico. That's how bad it was.
Mm.
And I had to stay there.
Well, I'm sending you a lot of love right now. A ton of love. It's not an easy thing. It's this is our life lessons while we're here. We are shown and given these things that people, like they say, man, my shoulders must be broad and God only gives you how much you can handle. Those statements come from
Yep,
somewhere,
that's true.
but there's
Yep.
there's some truth in it. When we come to this earth and we get these lessons, whether we wanted them or not, that helps
Yep.
build our spirit. I mean, I guarantee that you wouldn't go out and do that to another person. Why? Because you know how it
Right.
feels. And that's how the chain reaction works. You know, so
No
there's a
way.
There's a
lot to be
path
said
that
about it.
there's a path that you follow, I believe, and if you veer from that path, you will get smacked until you get back on that path because that's where you're
Right.
supposed to be in life. Everything leads you to these certain places and these certain people, and
Experiences.
if you don't follow the path, other things can't happen. When you fight against
Yeah.
whatever's natural for you, you're fighting
Yeah.
against the universe then.
I mean,
Right.
Because
if, like they're saying, though, those cord cuttings can help me, I'd really want the cord cuttings
Okay.
because
You know what? Yes.
the
And I would,
nightmares and stuff,
yes. Yes.
it's been
Yep.
too long. I want it gone.
But I have to tell you, it's not an overnight process, Donna. To be honest with you,
No,
it
No,
takes.
sometimes
I
you got
get
to
it.
step back more
Yeah.
than
I mean,
once
it can
because
help, but yeah.
you didn't. You think you let something go, but then it comes back to you if you really
Yeah.
didn't let it go.
Yeah. That's where you
No,
need
I
to have.
get it.
Yep. Just like you said.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
But the offside of that is that
Free.
you whatever you've gone through, you're still this kind-hearted person. That's a win. They can't. I mean, that's your spirit elevating right there. Even though you may not have a hard time forgiving him, you still have love for others. Trust or not, you still want to help others. So that is still a win.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah,
find that, and you have to find those thoughts in your side, in yourself, and give yourself credit for that.
yeah.
So
that comes out above and beyond in spite of everything that still shines through, then that's pretty strong, I would
I
hmm
imagine.
Yeah.
And
All
I
right,
think
let's
a
get
lot
off
of
of
us
me.
have been through this stuff so that we can help other people that
Yes, I
haven't
believe that.
the way they can.
I believe that.
Hmm.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to be a counselor for women like that. I really would. In those positions,
So,
I really
shoot.
would. So,
What do you guys think about the solar
How about those
eclipse coming
twins?
up?
yeah, let's change the subject.
Yeah, the solar
But I
eclipse.
do
I
want.
Yeah.
don't know. Ooh.
I definitely
And
want the
Bucky.
cord cuttings.
Right.
If you guys please don't forget, I do want the cord cuttings for sure. But let's change the subject. Let's get on something good.
So they're talking about on the 21st being what they call the devil comet because it has a
Huh?
tail that looks like a
Oh
horn.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
On
with
the
horns.
21st.
Yeah.
What's this?
Yep. So we got 8th, we got the solar eclipse, and then I think on the 21st we got the devil.
Yeah.
There are
We got.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. The retrograde started April
Yeah.
1st.
Yeah. First.
Yeah.
And then we got the
Seven.
eclipse. What's this thing
It's a
that
blood
you're
Gotta
moon
be
this
saying?
month.
three
It's a
things,
blood
right?
moon too. Isn't it
Yeah.
blood moon this month?
We had the worm moon, and we're going into what they call the pink moon at the end of the month. And I don't
Yeah.
maybe that's the same thing as a blood moon. I don't know, because the moon will look really pink. And that's all the astrology I know.
Right. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
what was the other thing?
Page for
That's astronomy.
It's called the
yeah.
green. It's a green comet that comes at what every 75 years or something.
They're calling the devil because I was trying to look up the green one because
saw
of the
that on the
gases
news,
that
yeah.
follow it.
Yeah, what is that
Yep.
devil thing?
Yeah. They're
It
saying
looks
every
like
70
horns
years.
from it.
Yep, that's the devil one.
Well, on the
70
moon?
year cycle.
No, it's a comet that's going to be coming through.
Yeah.
Devil's comet. Yeah.
Earth energy is definitely out of control
So
right now. Oh yeah, I can
Where's that?
feel it.
So
I can
Angel and I
feel
did
it.
this little thing. We went on the internet
Oh.
and we were looking at the patterns because of all the earthquakes that's been going on. Because one thing, she's really good at premonitions, and
Right.
we were looking at the patterns of all the earthquakes. And I'll be darned, we noticed that where the comet's coming across, the lines they kind of follow the fault lines.
Oh,
You know how?
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Here
wanting to
in
pay attention to that.
Before somebody said that online, I'm like, okay, but don't say there's 7 things, because supposedly, like when there's 7 alignments that are,
There are
it's
7
like the magical
planets.
number, not even 6, but 7. And I'm like,
7
and then somebody goes,
planets.
there's 7 planets aligned. I'm like, shit.
Plus that comet, plus the eclipse. We're all in retrograde, so everything's going
Yep.
backwards. Everything that you haven't taken care of shadow work you have not done comes back.
That's
Every
why
Ah!
everybody's having a
Bring
hard
it
time
on, people.
thinking.
Bring it
every
on.
time, if you have not,
Like,
if you have
seriously?
not, yes, it comes back every retrograde. Some people, it doesn't bother them. I am so jealous of them people that it doesn't
I was told
I've
that
had
they were
so many
born in a
people
retrograde.
argue with me. You know, I'm like, well, just be thankful that you don't have my life.
Yeah.
Because I have to live in a bubble during these times, so I
That makes
can't
sense.
feel what's going on with everybody else.
Oh.
Man, it makes me nuts.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't.
It really affects people with abilities. It really does.
It does, because it makes
Mhm.
everything like, it makes you question it. Every time there's a retrograde, I'm
Yeah.
questioning myself. I'm thinking I'm crazy again. I'm like, we've been through this. Don't got to do it again. No, you're not. You'll be all right. And then,
I know.
then you are. But we go through
Yep.
this. It's like, I got to look at the clock. I got to look
Yep.
at
Yep.
where the moon's at. Are we full? Are we new?
Yep.
Am I taking a
Yep.
break?
Yep. And it's
Yep.
crazy because you're talking about not being able to sleep. That's not PTSD. That is the full moon, baby, and the stuff happening.
Yeah.
That angel just said, and a lot of spirit movement. That is the
Oh,
truth.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Linda said that it boosts creativity. And I'm like, well, then is now a good time to like start painting my living room and such?
Time to get
Yeah,
creative,
right?
baby. Crank
I
it
know,
up.
right?
Crank it
I
up.
know.
Well, what they're
Angel.
saying about right now, this month is about starting new endeavors and new beginnings. It's, I mean,
Yeah.
especially, that whole thing with the worm that's when all the crops were planted. The worms would come out of the soil. That's where they got the name worm moon. And so with everything else amplified, this is the time to start new projects. Take a good look at yourself and what's needed to get you there. You know, it's actually, I feel like it's kind of logic based in the back of this.
Yeah.
Break it down.
Right.
Angel, I know you don't feel good, but
I feel more people being, you know, there's always a need of a balance.
Yeah.
And when things are going like really, really crazy, something always has to happen in order to make everybody be okay again. And it's like,
yeah,
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that foot to drop to find out what's next.
You're saying new beginnings.
I was just gonna ask Angel. I know you don't feel good, hon, but I know you're really good. I was just wondering a little bit, what do you feel off of me?
And on the lighter side, when you said change and everything, I'm like, I got to pull one card for me tonight, just one, before I do anything. And it was, where did it go?
What is it?
Hang on.
Ace of Wands.
Ace of Wands.
New action.
Oh, new ideas.
New beginnings, birth, new ideas, creation. That's why when you started saying, I was like, shut up.
I can feel
The
that.
one
Shut
card.
the front door.
But I really, really feel that. New beginnings, new actions. This whole, it's like things are just, people are going to be just sick of it. Like, we're just going to do it. Maybe I'm hopeful. But I really.
Last time that happened, we ended up with Jesse Ventura for our governor. So,
oh boy.
Oh.
And I voted thinking,
It could be Arnold. It could be worse. It could be Arnold.
Right? Like,
I just don't want Angel to say I'm a dolphin.
Dolphins.
No.
They have the biggest brains out of any mammal, proportionate to their size.
No, that's cool. But I had this other girl just read me. She's only 19, but she's really good. Kimmy was on for this, and it kind of freaked me a little bit. She said my energy, and I was a strong psychic, like I had strong energy. I don't know why, but I was just waiting for the punchline for her, like to hit me with it, and boy, did she. She said she felt very strong energy. Then she said, you look like a phoenix, like she picks up animals and people. So she said, I look like a phoenix on fire.
Right.
But my body was a snake. And I was like, oh, I don't like snakes.
Interesting.
Why couldn't it be something else? And then she said my head was still a phoenix, but yet a wolf. Now, my spirit animal's a wolf. But,
Well, she said human head, remember? It was a human head.
Oh, a human head. But it looked like a wolf. She said the wolf ears. Was that an aura? Yeah. Something like that. She can read like animals through people and tell you. Because she did Kimmy's too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you, she's 19. She's been seeing things and everything since she was real young. And if she keeps going, she could be really good. And she's just starting to draw.
That's an example. That's how it comes to her. I've had to teach myself how to see auras over the years. It didn't ever come natural to me either. Mine was empathy.
See, I tried it.
Right.
I had to really like clue in and focus. And I did see when I did. I forgot who it was. It was like, I don't know, a few months ago. And I did see that aura. Now, can I do it again? I don't know.
Yeah,
I see them on trees, on animals.
around you.
Yep, and I can now see them on plants and trees and things now because I know what I'm looking for. It's something
See, I did it. Yeah, you got to practice with it, and I have it.
I think
It was
that
pretty cool.
my first empathy, the empath stuff came through was things when I was little, and when I was 5, I saw dead people. I really did, and so then as I got into when I had my out of body, I actually got my clairaudient in my right ear. So I would actually hear them come through my right side, actually talk. I'd hear them I'd go like this, and I'd look around, and people think I'm weird because the comment scared me when it first happened. And so I know that's my clairaudient ear now. And then I get the clairsentient. I can smell smells and things like that. But these other things like Faye, that's been a lot of work. Auras have been a lot of work. So each person has a specialty that comes more natural to them. Like yours is healing, Donna. You're, it's, those things. They're just, and that's what's so cool because just think of all the people in this world that might have, we're all gifted, but if they work together, how you could actually learn to do all of this because our brains are capable of that, of connecting with higher source to have that happen. So instead of being competitive and having ego, we should be teaching each other and helping each other to figure out how to unlock those doors.
Yes.
Because just think of the things we could move mountains together,
Right?
Oh yeah, if we were all to pull together. Oh my God.
Everybody doing their own thing, and that's it. And not having to worry about what somebody else is doing. Just let them do them, and you do you, and everybody does their own thing, and then everybody's helping everybody else.
Right.
It's just not a competition.
So in power and money and competition is just sad.
Yeah, it's not a competition. It's not one person better than the other. It's not anything like that.
No,
it's, you got yours, and
we're all the same. Our gifts are different, but we're equal. And we can teach each other from those other gifts.
Yes.
That's why way back when I first started Donna's Psychic Corner, but then I changed it to Echoes in the Wind. I wanted all psychics because we're all the same, but different. You have a blocked area around your abdomen below your heart. It's like a box you keep locked. At some point, you need to open it and deal with what you have hidden.
That's that shadow work that she's caught. I felt that too when you were talking about it. That's the shadow work you need to work on to open that box. It's right under your heart, right in your gut.
I think that's childhood.
Open that box, baby. Open it up.
How can I open it?
By feeling it. Sometimes you bury things. You don't want to feel things. You have to feel in order to heal. You won't heal until you feel it and you work through it and you see it for as it is, not how you want.
People do all kinds of things.
I let it go.
Yeah, but then sometimes it comes back until you really feel it. And when you don't feel anything, when it doesn't make you cry, that's when you've actually healed.
One of the things they did when I went to Sacred Mountain Retreat for that, they have that week there. I love Sacred Mountain Retreat Center. You guys have never heard of it.
Is that going to stop I don't mean to cut you off, but is that going to stop my abilities until I open it?
It'll probably open up more.
If you work with it, you'll probably elevate more. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So
I know
you
what
guys
it is.
know that I'm big into Sacred Mountain Retreat Center, right?
Yeah.
Which is a retreat center for veterans, police officers. It's all the service members. And I went through their program just like Brandon did. I spent a week there, and one of the things that they do there is you can talk in the groups or whatever, but you don't have to share. You only share what you want and don't share. But you're around other people who've been through crap, bad crap. And so at the end, when
I'm
you
right
get to the
here.
you can write down your stuff on a piece of paper, and then it's a burning ceremony. You put that sucker in the fire and you burn that. And
Wow.
anyway, when you burn it, then you take the ashes out the next day and you bury them. But that whole intent is kind of a way of healing. And it made me think about, with you, Donna, just take a peek, just maybe journal a little piece that how pissed off you are about it. Wad that piece of paper up, burn it. Do little steps until you're ready to face the full picture. I mean, you don't have to jump right in. Oh, yeah, you don't have to jump right in. People with PTSD don't jump right back in. It takes years to work through that crap. So, yeah, that's the best advice I could give you, from coming from a place like that. So, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Did you just hear somebody say, I agree?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I
It
heard
sounded
that
like it was
too, but I
far
didn't see
away.
it.
It did sound echoed.
That
That
was weird. We all pick up on
Yeah, it sounded weird, like it was far away.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounded like it
it
was
did.
far away. Like,
It was
That was
echoes
a
in the
great
wind.
idea for her to do.
Echoes in the wind.
Thank you. I'm going to try
right?
it.
It's
Thank
all
you.
echoes. Don't echo till you
I
hear
still
it,
want to
baby.
do the chords, but I'm going to do that too.
There's a
I
lot.
write,
And
I
just
write a lot of stuff on basil leaves and burn them.
I do
Oh.
protection and put it on in my socks.
Mhm.
Bay leaves are supposed to be good for your
You write
breathing and
them.
stuff
Do you
too, aren't
write
they?
Yeah.
on them? And do you
I
write?
write like your witch's ball has got a bay leaf in it
Yeah.
with
I have that bad boy hanging in my RV. It goes with me on the road.
yes.
I
Yeah,
love
and I
it.
put a protection symbol on the bay leaf and when I put it in there.
Oh, thank
But
you.
yeah, that helps.
What
Yeah.
is she
Night,
saying? It's a
Liz.
great
Love
idea
you.
for me too. Good night, Liz.
Burn it.
Love you.
Write
What
stuff
is she
down and
saying?
burn it.
Oh, okay. Write it and burn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get rid of that crap.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
yeah.
Positivity.
Good night, Liz.
Yeah.
That's when I
Hello.
took my mother-in-law who used to live here, and she had all these Christmas cards and stuff from when she had Alzheimer's. She didn't open half of them, so I
Oh,
kind of felt like she was hanging around here. So I took them all out by the fire and opened them and read them,
Oh.
and half of
Nice.
them. This is back when people were communicating by writing letters and they put them into Christmas cards. This is what we did for the year, and I'm like, 3 hours later, I'm like trying to get through this whole stack. Yeah, that's what took me so long that night. Was like there were so many letters. I'm like,
wow.
okay, but you opened this one, so you read this letter, so we don't have to read that one, but this one I'm going to read.
Donna.
Yeah, it was very
Donna.
therapeutic though.
A sea skull energy. Donna. A sea skull energy with you as
She's
well.
all
Do
energy.
you utilize any crystal skulls in readings or healings? What does that mean?
Like the crystals and stones that you get that people carve. Like, do you have
Are
any
they
skull
skulls?
ones?
Yeah.
No. No.
I knew somebody
Is
would pull
that
one
a
down.
gator?
The dragon.
Why should
Oh, that
should I
known that
get?
was
Is she saying I should get a skull? Or no?
No.
She's asking, do you have one?
She's
No.
seeing that around you in some symbolic way or physical way. So she's still
Oh.
reading you and your energy.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's trying to make that connection of what that
Wow.
would be. When you maybe she thinks maybe you should have one. I don't know. I'll have her clarify it. Have one when you are doing your readings or healings to help you amp. You know what I mean? That might work for you. I don't know if that's what she means or not.
I don't have one, and I've never seen one in my cards. No.
Okay.
Skulls are just another thing that's got a different purpose that helps guide you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of, I'm finding out like a lot of, like one, she's got one that looks like a traveler and it looks like it's got a long conical head and it's a skull, but it helps her attach to her ancestors. So just because they look creepy, they're not creepy. It just,
Yeah.
you know, it's what what you're familiar with and what you like working with.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder what she's
So
saying.
it's interesting. I love all these topics. I mean,
Oh yeah, like dolls.
Yeah.
Don't get me near dolls. I don't like dolls, but
Oh,
like
No,
Sydney
I-
has a plethora of them.
Mm-hmm.
It might be something to research. It may be beneficial.
So it's funny you said that, Nancy, because I crochet rim pod dolls. I did a Chucky doll. And I did a few of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
boy.
but I'm with you when it comes to creepy dolls. If their eyes follow me across the room, I'm not so sure.
Donna, how did Donna get popped out? That was weird.
I don't know. She bounced.
Coming to the middle.
Did I get popped out?
Yeah.
You're moving around.
Oh, you moved her, didn't you, Donna? I mean, Kimmy.
No, she
Yeah.
popped out
Oh,
herself. I just moved her now.
Oh,
Oh, that would be
it's a
cool.
lot of dolls.
I want a
Here we
Jason
go.
Friday the 13th doll. Jason Voorhees.
Oh, Jason
voodoo doll,
Voorhees.
and then use it as a real pod. That would be cool.
Kim, you remember the other day, right?
What?
That I don't see nothing. No, I'm saying to Kim. That I don't see anything.
What's that? What?
What me and Kim talked about the other day.
Kid, getting popped out the other night.
Oh, I
No,
don't
me-
know. No, actually,
Me and
as far
Kim
as
talked
that-
private.
Yeah, I don't right now. Your room looks,
The voice is going low.
really.
Yep,
Whenever we talk about this subject, my voice does weird things. She says,
it's coming back.
"Huh,
Now it's
interesting."
back.
Wow.
But it was right on that pillow. No, that one.
No, other side, back behind your other shoulder. Boom, this side. Yep, right there.
No, it was this one.
What I saw behind you when we did that was
Yeah,
on
it
the
was-
other side.
No, it was this
It's
one,
over
hon.
your left shoulder.
I saw it on this one, remember? And Kimmy saw it.
Oh,
Well,
you're talking when you were on your show? Because when
Mhm.
you and I were
Yeah.
on the phone, when you and I were on the phone, it was standing behind your left shoulder.
Oh, really? This one?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Okay.
I was Linda that when we were talking on the phone,
Mhm.
when Donna and
yeah,
I
we
were
won't
there.
go there.
Yeah.
I know
Yep.
Donna does.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
It's a hand rosary. It's a hand rosary.
What's a hand rosary?
Instead of a big, yeah,
that
it's a
what?
hand rosary. Same
Is it
thing.
like less beads than a regular?
I mean,
Is
It's
it
got
does
all
it
the
have less
Hail
beads than like a
Marys.
regular one? Okay. And our
Matt,
I
Father
don't think so.
Flashbacks.
and Glory Bees?
It's got
Yes,
all the Hail
Catholic.
Marys.
I went to Catholic school.
Yeah.
Is our Father, 10 Hail Marys, our Father,
Yep. Where's Glory Bees?
10 Hail Marys, our Father, no, our Father, 10 Hail Marys, our Father, and then you keep going around, and then over here is our Father, and 3 Hail Marys, our Father.
The spaces are Glory Bees.
It's just like a rosary, but you call it a hand rosary.
Huh.
So a lot of podcasts, I put it around my wrist and like this.
Are there
Well,
spaces
a lot
in
of podcasts.
between the beads?
okay.
there's no spaces, they're tight. But you can see this right here is considered the Our Father. Then all these,
Right, bigger beads. Yeah.
whatever way I go,
Yep.
like if I go this way, now I'm getting all messed up on camera.
What are
That's
those
the
little
10
white
Hail
ones?
Marys. There's no white ones. It's just silver.
What
That's
are those silver
silver.
ones? Those are
This,
glory beads.
that, it's just space in it. That's the Our
Those are
Father.
spaces.
Yeah,
and
it's a
right
space.
before it and
Our
after it is
Father.
glory be to the Father. Yeah.
No,
Seriously,
this
I know
is
this.
Hey,
I know this. My
Barbara.
grandmother said
All
it
right.
every day. Yeah.
This is Our Father. 10 Hail
Yep.
Marys. Our
Right.
Father. 10 Hail Marys. Our Father.
Okay.
10 Hail Marys. Our Father.
But
And
those
then
spaces,
10 Hail
Donna.
Marys.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
But the
spaces
spaces.
are Our Father. And then here,
No.
Our Father. 3 Hail Marys. Our Father.
The big beads are our Father, but the space between before and after the big beads are glory be to the Father.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
but it's still
That's
Our Father, yeah.
Yeah. Different prayer, but yeah, tomato.
And then it's got
Potato tater.
it's
Yep.
got like
Mater taters,
a
that's
metal.
good.
Yep.
It's got the metal and everything. It's
And
it's the
what is
same
that?
thing. Like she's saying a rosary, but it's a hand rosary.
Mhm.
And in my drawer, I got my mother's real rosary that I keep it put away. It's all white, like crystal.
See, I
I
have
my grandmother's.
somewhere
Yeah.
from confirmation back in Catholic. I had to do
Yeah, I
all.
was raised Catholic in Catholic school. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to
those
the
nuns.
brothers and sisters did, but then they closed like the year before I went to school. So
Oh, lucky you.
I just,
oh yeah, the
Those.
horror stories that my brother who
Uh
was
huh.
handed went through. Yeah, he's now ambidextrous because they literally would tie his hand to the chair
Yeah.
and him
Oh.
the right hand. And
They
anytime
smacked
Yep.
it with the ruler.
with the left hand, they'd smack his hand, with the
Yep.
ruler.
Those nuns were mean.
They were.
Yes.
His
Those
sister.
rulers on the back of your
Yep. Because I'm right-handed, and I write like well, they make me write regular. But if I had it my way, for some reason, I turn my hand and I write on the opposite slant as if I'm a left-hander. So it slants this way instead of the right way. And they
Isn't
would
that
get
funny?
me. They
All
would
that-
get me
Anybody
every
have-
time.
Does anybody have scapulas? Like scapulas from
like the ones in
scapula.
your shoulder.
Oh.
We're
In
humans.
the-
We all have scapulas, woman.
What is in the Baja faith? We have a prayer called the remover of difficulties. I don't even know what that faith is.
I've never heard of it.
Uh-uh.
Don't you remember
Baja.
scapulas? They were the weirdest little things. They're little, like I don't know. They had two, like a string coming from either side, and there's one for the front and one for the back, and it was like a little saint would be on one of them, and like the Virgin Mary on the flip side, and then I don't know. I've got a bunch of them up on my dresser from my grandmother. I have no idea what they're really for.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know.
I have a question for you, Kimmy.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you start doing tarot? When did you pick up your oracle cards and stuff?
A couple of years. Started tarot about 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. So are you a collector of decks, or do you just have a favorite deck, or?
I have about maybe 7 decks between tarot and oracle, and I just buy what I get pulled to. So I don't get pulled very often, but
Okay.
I think I got 10 decks up here and another 5 in the house. But the
Oh,
ones in
wow.
the house, the ones in the house, I've been debating on giving them away Find
Oh,
You go from
Wow.
collector to hoarder.
Are they tarot,
order.
tarot or oracle?
yeah.
Some of them are tarot, some of them
Okay.
are different types of tarot.
Interesting. Okay.
And
'Cause I don't know why. I just do oracle. I don't know why.
Somebody gave me a
That's an
tarot
oracle.
deck like 20 years ago, and I just opened it. Like, when did I open that, you guys? Like,
2 weeks ago?
I don't know, yeah, or a month ago, somewhere around there. Yeah, because it
No,
was a
not
gift
that.
to me, and I'm like, I gotta
Was
check
it that
out.
long?
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
think
if
it was
that
about
was
a month ago. Yeah,
Yeah, about a month. Yeah,
maybe.
somewhere there anyway.
super
Yeah.
old deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and man, it's like a big spread. I'm like, I can't do that.
That's a huge spread that they do with the tarot, and
Oh, I got that one.
What? Why
Yeah.
is it I'm drawn to oracle,
Martian.
not tarot? Why is that?
too.
But then I've been seeing some tarot that I'm like, maybe.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
was telling
I,
Kimmy, I was like, maybe. You know, the ones with the pictures and stuff like that. I don't know. But if you're going to manifest and all that, no, I don't want no part of it.
The tarot scares me for you for
Yeah.
some reason. I don't know why. It just scares me
For me?
you.
Yeah, she keeps saying that because she says
It
I'm so
does. It like
strong.
crunches my heart.
Right.
Like, I'm afraid they would
straight
do
up
something.
front, tarot is different than oracle. Oracle kind of like makes it all sweet and kind, and
Yeah.
tarot just gives it to you. You just
Right.
read it, and that's
How
how
do
it
I-
is. It's not a storyline.
Right.
get punched in the mm-hms.
Yeah. Now, Nancy
Yeah.
keeps
I
saying,
do sometimes.
Kimmy, do you happen to feel,
Hi, welcome, Gio.
Kimmy, do you happen to feel things from objects you touch? I do. It's
Yeah,
psychometry, Kimmy.
sometimes I do. Yeah. Sometimes I mean, like I'll be like in an antique store, and I'll pick up an object and I put it back. I'm
Donna, in a past life, you were in
Can't have
oracle.
that.
like, right.
What's that mean? In a past life, I was the oracle. What's that?
She said, "Were you an oracle?" In other words, a seer.
Linda
cat.
said, in my past life,
Oh,
I was an oracle.
This is
That's
Chelsea.
Chelsea's
I-
all like, do the pose, do the pose.
You know what? She never gets attention because Scott's always showing pictures of our other kitty online. You never see this one. This is our Chelsea. We have two Tories.
She's a calico. She's
Yeah.
adorable.
I have a tortie too. Her name's Raven.
Oh.
What is Linda saying? In a past life, I was an oracle.
A seer.
Rainbows
Were
and
you
unicorns,
a
yes, it
seer?
is.
Like when people go see the oracle and they would tell them their future or put them on
Yeah,
a
they always-
path.
Oracle.
stuff
We
like
always
that.
put the oracles with like in a cape and their faces like this, and they make them, and it's like really in all the fantasy movies. Like, what if they're really?
Like the one that blends into the rocks and leans forward and says something very sage.
right?
Tell me, you know what a past life. I know what a past life is. I know what a past life is. I have a past life. I remember. I was a Native American girl, and the white man tried killing me twice, and my family. He did kill my family, and I was saved by a soldier, which he's here, Charlie.
Wow.
Oh, that's who Charlie is?
Yep, he's the one that saved me in that past life. He is a Canadian French soldier, and he saved me.
Kitty.
And he had a lot of guilt for what happened
Like,
because
go
he tried
ahead, poke
saving
the
me,
sleeping
and they
bear.
found me. And then I told him, "Don't have that guilt. It's not his fault. He did what he could." And I asked him to be my guide, and he's been
In
here
the
ever
Roman
since.
Greek days, only rich people got their ratings from oracles.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
They had the Joker, they had the oracles, they had people that were literally, that's how they did any
ran
of
their
these
lives.
plans, how they planned on when they were going to raid the villages. They'd always ask the oracle. The oracle was the person that came in, the wizard, or whatever they decided to call it, depending on where you were. It was the same thing, different name. But yeah, I could see Donna as that, being that.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Are you talking about with a W?
Yeah, wizard.
Yeah, it's in my bloodline.
Hmm.
I'm gonna nickname you Merlin, girl.
My son, when his crown
I'd be like,
chakra opened,
hmm.
he had no idea about
Oh,
that about me, right?
son.
Let me
My
think.
son's crown chakra opened
You shall
almost a
not
year
pass.
ago, and he came to me. He said, "Ma, like very in tune with his guides." He says, "Ma, do you know I'm what do you call it? A wizard? What's a male witch?"
A
A witch.
warlock.
He had a thumbs up.
Warlock is
Yeah.
not
How
a
did
witch.
that happen?
I've had this
I love that.
conversation.
He called it something, and I was like,
What's
"Yeah,
I
I know."
never knew it though.
what's a
He's
warlock,
like,
man?
A warlock is actually evil. A warlock was people that did hurtful things.
Oh.
That it's too late for my brain. But yeah, warlock is not a witch.
So what do
So-
they call male? Is male witches called witches then? Just call them witches?
Witches are males and females. Witch is a
Okay.
witch. It doesn't have to be a female.
"Really?
Oh,
So,
okay.
can I ask, Anne, are you, to practice, do you have to be in a coven? Are you in a coven?
No, I am an eclectic witch. I follow my
Okay, so
own
there's no
path.
difference. Okay. Okay, because the reason I wonder is because I think a lot of people could fall under that category by what comes to their heart as being a witch, but don't really claim a category. Does that make sense?
Yes, because in order to claim a category, I'd have to be in a coven. I'd have to follow their paths
Rules.
there, and that is not for me.
So
Okay.
you don't
Yeah.
have labels. It's like,
Right?
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
good witch,
or are
Right.
you a bad witch?
Well, depends on who you ask, what they did.
Right.
Right.
Right. The munchkins want to know, are you a good witch or are you a bad witch?
Depends on the
They're like,
day.
well, depends on the day then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
that.
mean,
Linda,
I
I
didn't
didn't know
imagine
you
that you
were
would be bad in the face of like bad, but I mean, you know.
Linda. I didn't even know you were. I didn't know Linda was a witch.
Hectic. There's actually a lot of people who actually don't think that they're witches, but they are dabbling in witchcraft and they just don't label it as that. Like for instance, I've actually done things with candle burning that would consider me to be a witch, but I don't prescribe it. I don't. It's a label thing, but I don't see.
All labels.
Yep, in my brain, as long as I work with the balance of energy, not intending
Yep.
to hurt anybody, then I don't look at it as dark magic. And
Yeah.
I
Doing it
almost,
on
and
purpose,
my
not like
what I-
accidentally.
yeah.
Right.
So you don't have to have abilities to be a witch. They're just working with the nature elements. But I think a lot of witches have abilities. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 Can
Yeah.
you accidentally like do something with candles or something accidentally? Like say you use patchouli or something like that, and
You got to be
Like-
careful what you do.
like
Yeah.
you rotten
You gotta be
bastard, I wish
very
you'd burn in
careful.
hell, you know, kind of thing while you're burning a candle, kind of. Yeah. I mean,
If you
I was.
I agree.
if you have a candle, say you have a candle and you put patchouli oil on it, like you said. Now that patchouli oil, depending on what color your candle is, that patchouli oil, that's got its own purpose. Your candle's got its own purpose. How that candle burns has got its own purpose. Everything, all the little things, you put it all together to connect it. When you're burning the candle, when the candle's all burnt, what is left, the remnants of what's left, that has a purpose. Everything has a purpose.
Even the
did.
way you read the smoke, right?
Oh God, we're all scrolling now. Okay, we gotta watch out what we're saying now because we're all twirling. Everything's going now.
So
But
you can't like accidentally, it's got to be intent then, right? I
It's
mean, you don't
yes,
all
accidentally
about
like
the
stumble
intent.
on a spell and
Right.
go, now he's a frog, kind
Yep.
of thing.
yeah,
I have
no.
The
his
basis
biggest
of
joke. Just
all of
don't
this.
turn me into a toad. Please just don't turn me.
Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Me and Kimmy moved again.
Hey, Jeremy.
So
See,
here's the
we
thing,
all flipped around. See,
Nancy,
me
think
and
about
Kimmy
this.
moved again.
Stuff like this. When you do stuff like that, you got to be careful. You might put intent on something, but if
Kim,
your
look,
heart's
Oh,
not in
never.
it,
Mine's
your
fine
ill
on
we
my
moved.
intent of
end.
how you feel will get transferred into that. Whether you
I'm in
Right.
the middle.
you got
Yeah.
to be in your space
Mhm.
and know exactly how you feel
Mhm.
about a situation, because
Yeah.
that's that. I mean, it's interesting. That's why you got to do your shadow work, your groundwork, and all
Yeah,
that stuff. And really know yourself, because you go and say, "I'm just going to light this candle because I want, I don't know, something to come to me next week." Well, in your heart, let's say if you already knew that isn't going to come to you next week because you have a priority or responsibility and you're just trying to dodge it. Well, guess what? Universe is going to intercept you. And then you're going to
Right.
be pissed off because it didn't work right. So
Well,
there's
that, and
there's
I
a lot
don't
of
mess with any of that, like any candle magic, nothing like that. I don't make requests of like, I wish, like when you wish upon a star,
right.
I've got to go for world peace because I can't wish for any one thing for to benefit me
yeah.
because it
I know.
flips on you. In my mind, it just flips on you and you're just asking for
But
trouble,
if you're
You
asking
can't,
for better stuff, you might be getting in it, but it comes in as a hard lesson, and you're like, "Crap, that's not." But it
right,
is.
That's not
You
how I
Right.
just
meant
don't
that
like
to
right,
happen. That's not what I wanted to happen. It's all about
right.
Yeah,
taking responsibility
stability. Yeah.
yeah.
out there
Yeah.
I
and
I've
making
been
sure
told
things
by
up.
quite a few that I'm a like from my mom's side and my dad's side. Now, somebody on a podcast, he's saying because it's Native American, it's not considered a witch, but it
Shamanism.
is.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's saying shamanism, but it's not all the way
One,
shamanism.
half a dozen of the other.
I'm called
Yeah.
I
what
hate
I
him.
was told. What I was told, what I'm called is a gray witch, and it's only. I'm told that only for the balance. The other thing is,
Call myself a gray witch.
I am a partial reincarnation. She still lives within me. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I'm not supposed to say her name because she's part of my soul.
Oh.
But it's not a full reincarnation. It's a partial. It's like like something that you do and it splinters.
Hmm.
Is what they said happened. And she's still within me. It's from a past life.
Hmm.
Native American, and I remember that past life. I was there, I did it, but then I started seeing it. Full Native American, like I saw the war. It was the Trail of Tears. It was right in between the Trail of Tears. Not good. It was terrible. My point I was gonna say was which I agree with. And the only reason was for the balance. You have to have the balance, not for bad. It was just for the balance for
Yeah.
protection,
Yeah.
not
You
for the
can't
bad.
you can't curse. It's a black and white thing. Balance. Sometimes things have to happen. Sometimes you have
But
to.
it's only within us for the balance. For God forbid something comes and you know how to protect yourself.
Exactly. You can't. You have to know the negative in order to see the positive. You have to see the positive to understand the negative. And
Yeah,
if something is too much on one side or too much to the other side, it has
yeah,
to be brought back to balance. And that's what, you know,
yeah. And somebody came on our
Somebody's gonna pay.
podcast and they're like, no, 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 no. You know, that, okay, he don't know my full mother's side. And this is, they read it from my mother's side. And it goes way back. They were seeing seances. They were seeing all this stuff. But it went way back. Not round table. It was the old-fashioned square tables.
Tipping tables.
And I don't know, but it was all women, they said. And like, there was just going on and on and on. And that was on a different podcast. I was on somebody else's show. And I'm like, okay, this is too much information. Like,
well,
I was getting hit with stuff.
Me, and the way I am might not be how everybody else is. There are, witches that come from generation after generation through the Rumneys, through the, just different walks of life.
But I've never even messed with it. Nothing. Nothing at all. She wants to learn.
So,
I mean, I just want to protect myself. That's all. I need to know how to protect myself. Especially how many people are coming at me saying different things. You know what I'm talking about, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So that's my
Angel
only
wants
thing.
to know, Emery, do you practice hoodoo?
That's one of the paths I've kind of interested in, that I have done a few things just to, but I don't have a mentor that's done it, but I've looked into it and I've dabbled, I guess you could say. I'm always dabbling in different things to see what feels right.
Right. Like, kind of like
Yeah.
Catholic or Baptist.
Right.
Right.
It all depends on what I'm facing. There's different energy for so many different things, the labels, the names. I've been known to freeze the spells, candle spells. I've put jars in crossroads with different herbs and stuff, for protection, for world protection, for my protection, family protection.
Oh, funny.
You know what's crazy is my kids always knew about my gifts as far as, like if something was going to happen, like my daughter did not listen, went out and was cut out jaws of life in a car accident. Now she knows, don't go behind it. She did a podcast on it. What's it like growing up as a mom, as a psychic medium? That we got it on here. Anyway,
should get my
what I didn't know.
Stories.
What I didn't know though that came out on the podcast was, I forgot what she said. She was 15 or 14 or 16.
12 or
She's
14,
got this
like that.
Yeah, she's got this fascination with witchcraft. Still to this day. That girl is my only child that had shit brown eyes. My other children, I have very olive green eyes. My son, golden hazel eyes. My youngest, olive green eyes. She's got shit brown eyes like her father. Well, little bit I know.
I took offense at that.
She went.
That's not expensive at all.
I had no idea. She went and did a spell and changed the color of her eyes. Now I got pictures. I can prove her eye color at that age and what they are now. And she's got very green hazel eyes. Now, you gotta have some strong blood in you to be able to change your damn eyes at that color, at that age.
Sorry, Brett.
My sister and my brother both changed eye color in their later teens, like from brown to light hazel, golden.
But I mean, she was so young, is what I'm trying to say. And for her to be able to do that, and her eyes really changed. So I'm like, you need to start messing with that.
Oh,
Unless you really know what you're doing. Huh?
I have a
Did you
question
write
for
that down?
y'all. How
Go
about
ahead.
when your girls were going through puberty? I would
Oh,
love
God.
stories, the shit that happened that flew around my house when my girls were going through puberty. I mean, the
Uh,
weirdest stuff. I mean, just that's a show all in its own.
my,
yeah.
my Tara, yeah, big
stuff,
time.
things just flying off the wall.
Oh, because of the
Yeah, my
hormones.
house was so active when my girls were, and of course we all ran at the same time.
So they had PK abilities that just went off the charts when they hit their.
It's
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy because my kids saw spirit when they were my age, when my ability started, but I didn't see spirit. I felt it.
mhm.
But they saw spirit.
See,
Like
You know,
my daughter was on.
spirit, and the other one of my girls sees spirit, or did more when she was younger, and the other one feels it like I do.
Yeah.
She don't see it, but she's got a knowing like I do. Just don't know why we know. We just know, and don't ask us to explain because we can't.
Who did Angel say? It's weird. I feel Pennsylvania Dutch vibe
Anne
from you.
Marie.
Me.
Anne
Oh.
Marie, right?
Yeah.
that's what I thought was so funny. It's like,
I see that
Oh,
too.
is it true?
Not that I know of, but you never know.
Yeah, right.
it's.
I was
Excuse me, Donna.
I think so.
I'm not made for the store. I prefer everything.
I'm not paid for the store.
I'm not made for the
You know, the
store.
reason why she asked that, Anne Marie, is because her mom and her mom was a hoodoo practitioner, and she was. That's why she
Oh
asked
Oh.
that.
wow.
That's why she's getting that vibe off you, which is
Right.
that's why.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy.
Appalachian Mountain Witch.
Yeah. Oh, they say they're really vague. Right.
Yeah.
Why did Brian say, excuse me, Donna?
Because he has brown eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Donna, brown.
Sorry. I
Oh, I'm
didn't
sorry.
mean
I
it
meant
like
shit
that.
brown.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant because the father. I meant because only their father, nobody else. Sorry. No offense to anybody else.
With the brown eyes out there, like with just like 15 million people, like within
No,
range.
sorry. I didn't mean it like that to nobody. Sorry. I apologize.
Sorry, I just offended
Oh
half
my
the people
God.
on the planet.
Look at Brian put.
There goes all the
Shit
Oh
eyes.
my God. I'm never going to let this is never going to let me down. I'm sorry.
Everybody's
I
going to introduce
apologize.
themselves as, "Hi, I'm shit brown eyes."
right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much topics.
I
We could go
apologize.
right into past life stuff on here next, but I gotta go. I gotta
Yeah.
settle in for the night. But you
Yeah, we're
guys,
going
Yeah,
on
you
2
said you've been
hours.
up since
Yeah.
early. I get it.
Been up since
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
this morning.
ooh, you're up later than us. I'm
Okay,
behind
well,
you 3 hours, 2
all right.
hours.
Well, we'll close it out.
Thank you for all
Stay
the info.
backstage
Thank you.
You're
so we
welcome.
can do what we said, okay?
Mhm.
So just hold on. Okay. Thank you, everybody that came and watched the show. We really appreciate it.
Oh,
Good night.
good
Good
night.
night,
See you next
y'all.
week.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.